You will not stop binge eating until you understand this. In this video, I'll share how you can stop binge eating so you can lose the weight and keep it off. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also make sure you hit the bell to get notified whenever I'm posting a new video about weight loss advice. I use these tips to help several men and women lose weight and keep it off, and I'm so excited to help you as well. So when I was a young kid, I was so overweight. I remember that when I was starting school, that people were bullying me a lot because of my weight and really made me feel like shit. So when I was coming home, I had parents who were telling me that I should just turn to food for some comfort because I was sad. So while I was usually getting into the habit of when I was feeling sad, I was just eating food, and when I was happy, I was also feeling for a urge to get some food. And that is something that has just been like grown to me like for 30 years now. And what I was realized when I was getting older is I was still focusing on turning to food as a way to comfort myself, and it hasn't been the best thing because I just got so overweight that I didn't know how to control it. And when you have like binge eating and you're really trying to lose the weight and your parents have not taught you the right way to like regulate your emotions, it makes it feel really difficult. So I also realized that I had to make some changes because I was starting to feel that I was confused with food as a way to like reward myself when something was happening to me. So that's basically just the first thing I want to tell you guys. When I was getting older, I was trying to restrict my foods because I've been told that you should do that to lose weight. And it's a way to lose weight but also feel more confident and more proud of who I am. But it was also like a bit of mix between like restricting your calories a lot and also binge eating. So these are two like wide different spectrums where you feel good but also you feel like shit. So I was in a place where I was not able to understand how I could like finding a balance, because if you're just turning to food for comfort and also you're restricting with food, it makes it very unmanageable in regards to just having a good relationship to food. So it made me realize I had to do something about it, because if I keep doing the yo-yo dieting, I was just getting stuck. So I had to learn new approaches in regards to how to create a better relationship with food. And in order to do that, I had to learn from someone who was not my parents because they did not teach me that. So I was also realizing when I was restricting my food, it was also a way to like get approval from people, because I've been used to from the media seeing that if you are like a skinny, thin person, you'll probably get more success and have more people praising you, and you will also get a lot more happiness. But the sad thing about that is, even though it's like popularized that you need to be these things, it's not everyone who actually knows how to specifically do it. So I also still have this kind of thing that I really want to be in the best shape that I can, because I relate that to being very successful and confident and have more people really like me. But I also made me understand that you also have to love yourself in a way despite of all these foods. And what I specifically was doing, I was asking for help from someone who's been where I was, like my former fitness coach. He actually told me that I had to change my mindset. Just to know, what is your biggest takeaway so far? Just comment below. What I want to share with you guys is I had to understand that I should never diet again. And the reason why is dieting is a way for you to have a set amount of time where you just think that you're trying to achieve this, and then you just go back to your normal eating habits. But that's not sustainable in the long run, because if you really are at your heaviest weight as an ambitious professional and you really want to lose the weight, you have to embark on a lifestyle change, because lifestyle changes are what is going to help you lose weight and keep it off. And what you do that is by educating yourself in regards to what kind of foods that you need. Most people, they are not aware of eating a calorie deficit diet, like where they start out with like 20 15-20% of calorie deficit diet, and also a understanding of the right amount of nutrition. Like I always focusing on a high protein diet, because high protein diet just reduces the cravings you are having, and you don't want to urge to binge as much. And also you also have to try to spread out your meals throughout the day, like 3-4 meals a day, where you're keeping your blood sugar like at a constant steady pace, so you don't in the afternoon just have your blood sugar drop and you just having a urge to binge on anything, and it does just make you feel like shit. And I have used to have a lot of these binges in the evening, so I was just trying to remove all the triggers that were enticing me to eat something. For example, I was thinking, okay, I don't want any candy in my house because that's just going to fuck me over, and other things that's just triggering me. So I was also having a journal where I was writing down when that was happening, so I should stop that. So I was always having some light soda in my, for example, my pantry, where I can always drink on that. And sometimes I'm also just drinking water, because drinking soda all the time is just fucking up your teeth. So that's just a way to not trying to confuse hunger, binge, with real hunger. You probably don't feel real hunger when you're binging. So that's just a way to do that. And also having like 40 grams of fibers in your diet also helps you feeling more full between all the meals, so you are not focusing so much on giving into these binges eating. And I'm also just trying to talk with some friend if I in a moment where I feel like I'm shit. And I also really appreciate when I was having that fitness coach that I could always spare with that person in regards to how I was doing. And sometimes I was just feeling that I should just go for a walk, because that was what I was suggested, instead of just giving into these binge eating. But another thing I really understood was you have to try to look at from a perspective of a pro athlete. That helped me really, really much. That food is just something that you have to eat to survive, but also just being able to focusing on your daily activities. When you're working, you have to have energy to focus on the task, but also moving around. If you have a family, of course you need to spend time with them, but also maybe the children wants to play. So by giving you the right nutrition, understanding what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, it's just like a tool for you to like get a move on. It's just like you are a car that needs the right fuel to like drive to a next destination. So I'm not attaching my emotions so much to food as that way. I'm focusing as a way to fuel my body with the right nutrition, so I can focus on other things in my life. Because if you are binge eating, you are placing too much emotions and focusing on food. For me, it's just whatever, I'm just eating this. Of course, it has to taste good if you want to stick to it. And you also try to understand that you don't need to restrict yourself too much. What I'm always focusing on a 90-10% rule, where 9% of my time I'm eating the foods I need to, that's nutritional, and also focusing on getting my calorie deficit fulfilled and also my macros. But the 10% of the time I'm just eating what I usually just crave, just in a moderate amount. Because if you're restricting yourself too much with what you really want to eat, it just fucks you up in the long run. So it's about finding a balance. But if you are someone who's been struggling with binge eating, yo-yo dieting for years, and you've been gaining so much weight, I would love to help you to lose the weight and keep it off. You can use the description where there's a link to book a call with me, and also a link in the comment section where we can just talk and see if you're fit to work with me. I would love to help you. I also have another video where you can see more about how you can stop cravings. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Bye.